Yo, what's up? Welcome back to the Chill Vibe Sports Podcast with your host Pate and your co-host Jordan. This is the part three to our episodes. First part, if you haven't seen the first or second part, just go on back and listen to those. We already had some good talks about the Aaron Rodgers contract and the Russell Wilson trade. And this part three is going to be a special one. So I'm going to kick it over to Jordan to go ahead and tell us what we're talking about today.
Yes, so today we are talking about the recent trade that happened to the best quarterback in the National Football League.
Are
And
you
that is,
talking about Carson Wentz?
yes,
Oh
that's what we're
my
talking about,
goodness!
guys.
Oh, I didn't. I thought we were being serious here. I was really. I thought we were throwing opinions or something. What the world, dude? This
Sorry,
trade is irrelevant,
the
dude.
clickbait,
Come on,
guys.
man. Oh
but,
my goodness.
but yeah, I gotta kind
Yeah,
of
just
talk
just
about.
for a backstory, AJ thought that we were going to be discussing like who we think is the best quarterback in the league. So that was
I
what the
didn't
setup was
realize we
all
were
about.
talking about Carson fucking Wentz, dude. I didn't think we were doing that. Oh my god.
Yeah, we got to talk about this guy here, about this trade that the Colts, basically just trading away for a bag of chips and a Diet Pepsi. Um, wow, what we got to say about Mr. Wentz, guys? I mean, what is this?
Dude, the Colts are stupid. Why are they getting rid of him? Like, what is the point of it? I mean, unless they're just trying to get rid of the contract, but like, what are they going to go get? What are they doing? What they have something? They obviously have something that we don't know about going on because there's no way they're going to trade Carson Wentz for some rookie and just say, "Here you go, take this good roster that we've given you and try to win playoff
Yeah.
games." Like, come on, man, they're not doing that. They got something going, obviously.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
just feel
actually did
like
read
it's
about that Wentz apparently was not getting along with the coaches. Because at first I thought they were crazy, just like you did for it. But now I think the Washington Commanders are even crazy to give up a second round and a second round, a third round, and another third round for somebody that acts like they don't want to play football. But I don't know.
yeah.
Bryce
I
James,
mean,
he
he
needs to
crazy. It's
retire,
crazy. He had a
bro.
halfway decent year this year, but it's like the numbers still don't tell the true story. Really who this guy is. Um, because it's crazy. All they had to do at Jacksonville was win that one
Yeah.
game, and he had a QBR
Mhm.
of 13 in that fucking game and lost the game. Like, oh my god.
Well, you got to think he got carried by Jonathan Taylor majority of the time.
Correct, and that's really like I was, and that's another thing is too, which is another thing we gotta look at too. His stats may have, from this past year may have looked really good, but half of the time, a man all he had to do was just fucking step back and just hand it off to
Check it
JT.
down. Yeah, you were just checking down. I mean, I just don't. I don't understand what the whole point. Like, why is Washington going to get Carson Wentz? Like, what do they get from that? I mean, they're going to be the same mediocre team. Like, they're kind of in like almost the same boat as Denver. Like, you need another weapon and a quarterback, and then you're like, let's go trade for Carson Wentz
Yeah,
and expect him to just be the guy. Carson Wentz hasn't been a guy since 2017. And obviously, whatever happened to him in 2017 completely ruined his career. I mean, he's probably going to, I don't think he'll play much longer. I mean, don't get me wrong, he didn't have a bad year, but he's not going to keep jumping from team to team because,
oh no,
like, I mean, he's not going to keep putting up with trades like this. I mean, obviously, the Eagles put him in one of the worst contracts in football. I mean, he doesn't deserve $32.5 million. Are you kidding me? That guy deserves 10 max. I mean, do I think Philly even wins that Super Bowl if he was the quarterback in the playoffs? No, I don't think they win it.
ooh, okay.
Oh, Carson choke artist over here. Are you kidding me? Dude, you show up to Jacksonville in week 18 and can't win one game. You can't beat Jacksonville. This team was like what? They had one win going into that game,
Yes,
and you
three. Well, I think it was no. That was actually 2-14 at the time. Well, 2-13 at the time.
yeah, and you can't win that game. Are you kidding me? I mean, like, dude, you're playing against a bunch of scrub practice squad Jacksonville secondary, and you put up a 13 QBR. Are you kidding? I mean, like, come on, man. I just can't. Well, why did Washington send away 3 picks for this guy? Are you kidding me? Ryan Fitzpatrick's on their bench, who's probably going to start over him in the long run, anyways. So I don't understand it. That was the most like I don't care trade of the day. Like when I
Yeah.
saw that, because I mean I'm a Cowboys fan, so it's like the Commanders or whatever you want to call them. Terrible name, by the way. Awful. Just gonna throw that out there. Just terrible name change.
Because this here, that's what I got to say. I mean, I think this season here, this is a hot take. Get this on recording. Okay. All right.
Sure.
So, we are recording. So it is. All right. So, this here is going to be Carson Wentz's last attempt to save his career this season. Because I think if shit goes down here this year, my man might as well go ahead and pack it up, go back to North Dakota and start shooting some bison. All right.
Don't blame
some good meat I heard too, man. Bison, I heard. But I think he should this year he's got to really try to prove himself this year because he's had too many chances, man. He went to the Colts wanted this man, Frank Wright, and they just completely gave up on him. Like, damn, that must hurt.
It's just like the complete opposite of what you would think either of these teams would want to do, though. I mean, like the Colts have like one of the top running backs in the league already, and then they just need somebody that's smart or halfway smart just to turn around and hand the ball to him and just like slightly threaten them. Like all he has to do is play at Ryan Tannehill levels.
Bro, they have good receivers, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Michael Pittman is good, and so is T.Y.'s still got a little left in the tank. I just don't like. What are the Colts doing? Like, what in the world? What are you gonna hand it off to? Who's their backup? Who is their backup? Jacob Eason? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, Jacob Eason.
Are we really just handing the keys to Jacob Eason? I mean, what is your plan here? What are you gonna draft in this class? Like Sam Howell? Think he's gonna change the whole game over there? I like Sam Howell. I do. I'm a Carolina guy. I like Sam Howell, but I mean, are you kidding me? Like, you're not going to go pick up a guy mid first round thinking you're going to change. And you don't actually. Never mind. You don't have a first round pick. You traded it away for Carson Wentz. What are you doing, man? What is this? This is stupid. This is retarded. It doesn't make any sense. Sorry for using the R word, but either way, I mean, it doesn't make any sense either way. I just don't get it. Like when I saw the trade, I was like, wow. That's pointless. Doesn't make any sense to me.
It's completely pointless both ways because then what are the Commanders going to do? Just start, like you said, they're going to start Ryan Fitzpatrick on week 3 when they're not happy with Carson Wentz. And then they just have to sit on his contract the whole time instead of building up a team. They just traded for somebody that's going to take a big cap hit.
What I think happened was Washington got desperate because Aaron Rodgers decided he's going back to Green Bay. The Broncos got Russ. And there's really nothing else out there because, like, let's be honest, you're not going to go trade back for Kirk Cousins. You're not going to go swing for the fences with Derek Carr. Like, you're not going to go trade for anybody else. And I think they just got desperate, saw they could get Carson Wentz without giving up a first-round pick and just threw it out there. And I don't understand why the Colts didn't just keep him around. And, keep him around, but bring in a guy to compete with him. Like, if you would have, brought in a guy and said, all right, Carson, compete with this dude, and Carson lost the job, and then you get rid of him. But don't just – I just don't understand it, bro.
Yeah, I'm about to say, but hey, if this man can somehow turn into his 2017 form, which I highly doubt, then this could be a very scary team, though, in that division, going against your Cowboys, Mr. AJ.
Dude, I'm not worried about that. Are you kidding me? What the hell is Dallas worried about? Dallas sucks, everybody, but I mean, I'm not a huge Dak guy. I mean, I'm not. But Dak is so leaps and bounds better than Carson at this rate. It's not even funny. Like, I don't even understand why. Like, Jalen Hurts is trash. The guy, the dude Jalen Hurts sucks. Daniel Jones is horrible. And now you go and add Carson Wentz back into the mix. Are you kidding me? Give me Cooper Rush or backup over any of those three. This whole division is retarded. I mean, I don't get it, man. They're so
you can argue.
I don't understand, man. I just don't get Washington in that situation. Like, one, you change your name to the Commanders. Yeah. What's wrong with you, bro? Just leave Washington football team before you do that.
You can argue like Heineke is better than Wentz. I mean,
you really can.
Probably will say he's better than him. Honestly.
That's the problem. Like, and you give up 3 picks for that? I mean, come on.
Yeah, because I feel like Washington they really got I feel bad for him because I heard the trade offer that they did submit to Seattle for Russell Wilson was quite more appealing, almost more appealing than what Denver. Denver
Russ just
gave
said
up,
no.
and they just said straight up said no on the boys. I'm like, damn, they
Well,
probably
Russ wouldn't waive his clause for him. He didn't want to go to Washington.
That boy probably called the damn Colts drunk as hell. They was crying and shit because Russ didn't want to come to him. They called him drunk. Like, yo, bro, let me get Carson, bro. And like now they're waking up to the aftermath. Like, yo, what the fuck did we just do?
Yeah, I just don't. I'm glad we did have this so I could rant about that. Like Washington, enjoy 4-12 for the next 10 years because you guys won the division at what 6-10 2 years ago when Dak got hurt. Are you kidding me, dude? This division is a joke at this point. New York has made 0 moves. Philly is the only team that's got a legit chance at being something because they have 3 first-rounders. But Washington, are you kidding me, dude? Just enjoy the bottom with New York at this rate. Like, you guys are a joke. Absolute joke.
It's crazy they have and I'm very curious to see what Washington does this year with the 11th pick. Like you can probably say they may go after a quarterback. That's just how.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
If they did that, dude, I'd be done. I'd be done. I wouldn't even watch football. I'd be like, you know what?
Because I tell you, bro, they still are trying to recuperate after aftermath and them calling the Colts drunk, asking for Carson Wentz. Like, yo, we just fucked up. We need to get a quarterback.
Between gas prices and that, dude, I don't know. Washington D.C. is struggling at this rate, man.
It's crazy.
Oh
man.
my goodness, I just don't understand it. I don't get it.
That's what I would have done. I mean, if I was Washington, like I said, man, I would have. I mean, it's really. I would have rather waited for a quarterback in the draft than to trade for him.
Or trade up and go get the best quarterback in the draft. You know what I mean? Like what? Take your 2/3.
I personally think, even though he didn't play hardly no competition. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, Willis, man. After the combine, watching that dude, like, bro,
dude, he looks good. He looks really good.
He look like a Lamar Jackson, but an individual that can actually throw.
Better arm, dude.
Yeah,
bro. He's like kind of like a Josh Allen type of guy almost.
Yeah, dude is a fucking stud.
Put him in the right spot, like Pittsburgh or something.
No,
kid's gonna be crazy.
God, yes. And like I said, it's a bunch of teams out here, you know, including Denver before the whole trade. You know, it's just a quarterback away, like Denver. Hell, you can argue if Wyatt, you listen to this, your team is possibly a quarterback away, Cleveland. You know?
Oh yeah, dude. I was watching something the other day. Like some guy was just tearing into Baker Mayfield, just saying he's horrible. Like he has nothing positive to his game. Like he's just mediocre.
Yeah.
All the way around. But I'd still rather have Baker Mayfield than Carson Wentz. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Exactly. Because like I said, another team that's a quarterback away. Well, not from being automatic Super Bowl contenders, but just getting back on the map. You know, the Panthers. I mean, if I'm the Panthers this year too, I swear to God, I'm like, yo, we got a chance to win the division. Like Tom Brady gone, Saints aren't really looking too good. Falcons,
they suck.
They suck. Like yo, we can easily win the division here.
Calvin Ridley just throwing too much money on parlays at this rate.
Yeah, bro. Imagine forfeiting $1,500 for $11 million.
Yeah.
That's a bad. Hey, bro, I would have done it all day long. Fuck y'all talking.
Pittsburgh, quarterback away.
Yeah, and that amazing defense, and then like I said, they
got weapons.
Yeah. They got the TikTok stars, you know.
Yeah. Now I will say Juju's probably gone though.
Yeah,
I gotta bring back Juju
for sure. He's gone. Okay, you got anything else you want to say about Mr. Wentz, man? Like what else?
I mean, like my mouth is still open about it. Like I don't know if you would have put like every trade scenario through a computer, I'm pretty sure this one would have came up like the least times. Like I don't put all the trades in like 1 billion times. This one would come up like twice because this is like absolutely insane. The Commanders, I don't know. It's just a dumb move. Like who are you trying to win for? Like because you have Chase Young. Like that's the only building block you have right now. Like you need more players through the draft, and like I mean I know they have some
Scary
other young
Terry's
guys, but like there's what was that?
Scary Terry's pretty raw.
Yeah, I mean like Terry
McLaurin.
McLaurin. Yeah, I mean, but those aren't the same people that like the Broncos have like as an overall team. Like if you look at their overall teams, like you had the Commanders and then the Broncos and a couple other teams like you guys were naming, like they're not a quarterback away from anything like for a while. So why they even thought that this was a good idea is just insane. And why the Colts think that they can just put a rookie in there and he can just turn around and hand the ball off like a team's going to be afraid of a team that can only run the ball is ridiculous. They just completely ruined their whole thing. I mean, me and Jordan were just talking the other day about the Colts, saying that they have to go out there and do something if they want to be anything better than second in the division. And they went out and did this.
Well,
got rid of their quarterback.
I think they do. They got to have something up their sleeve. I think they might be making a trade for maybe like a Derek Carr or maybe a Kirk Cousins. You know, maybe something like that. Maybe a Deshaun Watson, depending on how that situation goes. They can't just be letting him walk. They're about to throw the bag at somebody.
Yeah, somebody's coming. And I'm glad you mentioned Kirk Cousins because that's definitely a viable option for the Colts.
But do you think that any team's going to trade away their like starting quarterback for nothing higher than a second round pick?
Well, if they wanted Kirk, they'd have to throw. They'd have to throw probably some pieces in. Whether they'd have to probably put some players in it, honestly. But I mean, the Vikings, Kirk Cousins isn't the answer in Minnesota. I mean, he's not. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't mind Kirk Cousins, but in the same sense, it's like they need a lot more than just that. I mean, their defense is horrible. It's bad. Their defense is terrible. And I mean, Derek Carr, in my opinion, I like Derek Carr a lot. And the Raiders have never built around him. And if the Colts went and put together a good package to the Raiders for him, which, you know, it would have been crazy if they would have kept Carson Wentz. They probably could have put him in the package to make it more appealing and gotten something way better than what they just did. I don't know what the move is at this rate.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of Carr, I know it's a lot of trade rumors going out there saying how, you know, the Colts are looking to a trade for him. So, you know, we could very well see Mr. David Carr on the move.
Derek.
Yeah, because honestly, you know, the Colts, I don't see, even if Deshaun Watson legals clear up, I don't see that man playing in Indianapolis. Hell no.
There's only a few places I see him playing. I could see him in Pittsburgh now because of Brian Flores. I could see him in New York with the Giants and maybe Miami. But after that whole situation with Brian Flores, that's kind of gone away too. So I don't know at this rate.
Yeah, like I said, man, we'll wait to see tomorrow. We may have an emergency episode for tomorrow. Breaking news: Deshaun Watson sentenced to 5,000 years. Maybe, hopefully that is the headline for tomorrow. Yeah, that's going to leave a lot of teams because it's crazy. Like a lot of teams are like actually like that may be their guy when this legal clears up. Like, what happens if?
Oh, there's teams waiting for that.
Yeah, tomorrow if that hammer comes down, like, what the fuck are we gonna do now, organization?
Yeah.
I mean, if he is suspended for, I don't know, 8 games, or just call it a year. If he's suspended for a year, who do you think would even try to trade for him? And what would they have to give up, though? That's what's kind of weird. Like, you think, but so what would they give up that the Texans would want? Like, how many? Like 2, 3 first?
2 first. I'd go 2 first, 2 seconds, and then some defensive piece besides anybody besides TJ Watt, Joe Hayden, something like that.
Yeah, I'm giving away some first. Like I said, I mean, right now, I keep bitching their days, but I mean, they're primed to give them a package. The Seahawks, if I'm the Texans, I'm like, yo, I'm swapping up that, man. Give me them 2 first you just got. Go ahead and give me a player.
You know, it's crazy. I think the Texans are in a better spot than any of those guys because Davis Mills, I don't know if y'all watched him at all. That kid's pretty good. Like,
Pretty decent. Yeah.
he looked very as crappy as that Texas team is. He looked pretty decent this year, in my opinion. I mean, he kept them in games, and he threw the ball well. I don't mind Davis Mills. I don't think the Texans are as eager to keep Deshaun now that they've seen him play a little bit. I mean, of course, they're probably going to want to keep Deshaun Watson. I think Deshaun Watson's a superstar, but I mean, if they
I
get
don't
a
think they
haul
have any
for him-
desire to win right now.
Yeah.
No,
And they have another person's career they're wasting on their football team. I would like to say quickly, Mr. Brandon Cooks. Like, yo, somebody go get that man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Someone can make this man a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, like, dude's like, what are you even doing in Houston, my boy? How do you even get there? But yeah,
Trades.
yeah,
Trades.
trades.
He always seems to find himself as a good trade piece.
Yeah. But yeah, I think this is going to wrap up the episode 9 with almost 1,000 parts to it. But yeah. But yeah.
Well, thank y'all for listening. Make sure you guys check us out, Chill V Podcast, on Instagram and TikTok. And email us at chillvibessportspod@gmail.com. Thank y'all.
All right. Y'all have a great one now.
Yeah.